Hello and welcome, air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. We are doing the week of the 20th to the 26th of March 2023 using these two amazing decks that I have on the table here in front of me. The tarot deck that I'm working with this week is the Secrets of Paradise Tarot, inspired by Caribbean and Latin American culture and mysticism. Beautiful. I love the colors, I love the vibrancy, and I really do connect with this deck quite well, even though I have no heritage there at all. But I love. And the oracle deck that I've chosen this week is Choosing Positivity by Evelyn Alessandri. So Evelyn is a local South African based here in KZN, and she is a gratitude professional, expert, motivator, encourager, inspirer. She believes in positivity and gratitude, and she has created quite a few products in line with that she consults, and she does all sorts of amazing things. So I thought it'd be quite nice to use her deck this week to set the tone, to see where our focus needs to be in choosing positivity for the week ahead. So we're going to start with Evelyn's deck. So I'm going to move the tarot just off camera ever so slightly, and let's get busy choosing some positivity for the week ahead. So this is for all our Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energies for the week ahead. So as I shuffle the cards, I'm asking for clarity and guidance around what is the theme for each of you for this week. For Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, for all our air signs, where does your focus need to be? What is an important or relevant message for each one of you for this week ahead? And we're looking at the week of the 20th to the 26th of March 2023 for air signs. Right, I'm happy with that shuffle. Let's cut the deck, and as always, take a card off the top and let's move them out of the way. So your Choosing Positivity card for this week, air signs, is I choose to take time to notice what's around me. So that is an affirmation or something that you can remind yourself of the whole week. I choose to take time to notice what's around me. And let's see what Evelyn says. So Evelyn says, when you notice that you have started racing, when you notice that you have started racing through your day, stop for a minute and pay attention to the present moment. What is going on around you, and what are your thoughts and feelings? This awareness will improve your mental health and your sense of well-being. And I think that is so important. It's when you notice that you've started racing, when you notice that things are suddenly picking up speed and becoming a little bit manic, when you suddenly notice that kind of chaotic moment that has come through, it's at that moment that you stop, that you time out, that you suddenly become still and just notice, pay attention to that present moment. And you know what, sometimes just that stopping and that exhale, let go of the air, let go of the pressure, let go of all that tension that you're holding, and then suddenly just observe your surroundings. Immediately that pressure is off. Like if you've ever cooked with a pressure pot, once you've released that pressure, then it slowly builds again, but suddenly everything is just more in control, everything is just more calmer and actually more beautiful. So I'm going to move it there. I know the glare is bad, but only until I've brought in color. There we go. It immediately adjusts. The camera thinks it's clever. So yeah, important. So what I also, while I'm shuffling the tarot here, air signs, what I get from that card as well is when you notice that you have started racing through your day, immediately what that's saying to me as well is that this week, for all air signs, for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, this week is going to be a little bit manic. You may find that you've got a lot going on and that you're trying to race through a lot of things. Now, for those of you that are like me here in South Africa, we have a national public holiday on Tuesday. So a lot of people will not be working on that day. A lot of people have chosen to take the Monday off as well to make it a nice long weekend, which means regardless, there's a shorter working week, because now the working week is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What that means is, in typical, I think, human nature, is even though we have less days to work, we try and cram the same amount of work into those 3 days. So it can get quite manic, it can get quite difficult. And this may be what's happening for you, is that you might be trying to achieve a lot, to do a lot, to accomplish a lot within a shorter time frame. So this is why we're saying take time to notice what is around you. Do not allow yourself to get too much into this automatic pilot mode, too much into the panic, the fear, that kind of thing. We want to make sure that what we're doing and how we're working through it, that when we find ourselves in a panic moment, that's when we stop and look around us and just breathe before we carry on our journey. And by doing so, I think we will feel a lot happier, a lot more comfortable, a lot more in control. And that, I think, is a key phrase here, is about being in control. All right, let's draw from the tarot. Card number 1 that we have is card number 4, which in this particular deck is entitled The God. Card number 4 entitled The God. We also have the Ace of Wands. Oh, I'm loving all her crystal jewelry that she's wearing. We have the Two of Swords, and the final tarot card that we're drawing is card 0, El Bobo, which otherwise is the Fool card. All right, so let's line them up and make them pretty. Immediately what I am seeing here with these 4 cards, okay, forgetting about their titles, I'm seeing all the greenery. Okay, and air signs is quite interesting. Blue skies and green fields. Now, I can promise you that this deck has got other very bright colors. Okay, and I'm seeing so much green. I have not noticed how much green there was in this deck. There we go. There we go. Just to show you that they're not all green, okay? So, but I'm suddenly noticing that the 4 cards that I've drawn for you guys, for air signs, are a lot of green. All right. So let's have a look at card number 1. Remembering our theme is to take time to notice what's around you, to take time to slow down, especially when you're picking up pace. So card number 4, being the God, is the Hierophant in traditional tarot. And the Hierophant is about that leader, that person that we look up to, the person who inspires us, who motivates us, the person who teaches us to be better than who we are, teaches us to be better than ourselves. We all have somebody that we look up to as a mentor, as a teacher, as a leader. And this is what we have to be paying attention to this week. So air signs, this card is coming through for you to say to you, pay attention to what your motivations are, the people who inspire you, the people who motivate you. What are the lessons that they're giving? What are they saying to you? Because maybe you're trying so hard to mimic, to be, to become, to achieve the success of who they are, but maybe it's not. Maybe you're so focused on that end goal that you're missing the journey. And in order to become closer to God, it's the journey that's important, not the destination. And that's life. Life, it's not about the destination. The destination is passing on. The destination is that transition from earth to heaven, from living to no living. But it's the journey that's important. It's the experiences on the in-between. And I think that's why this is coming through for you this week, air signs, is taking time to notice. So we all have those goals. We all have those dreams. We're all aspiring to be a particular way, a particular person, a particular whatever, but ultimately it's not the end destination that matters, but it's the journey, the journey of how we get there and what we do as a person and how we grow as a person and the understanding that we gain along the way. The next card we're looking at here for you is the Ace of Wands. And as I said, to just look at her rings, all her beautiful crystal rings that she has. So Ace of Wands is the card of having an opportunity to do something, having an opportunity to do something for the first time, having an opportunity, new broom sweeps clean. Okay, suddenly hearing that in my head, new broom sweeps clean, but it's about having the inspiration to do something differently. And I think if you find yourself getting a bit manic this week, it's about understanding, hold a second, am I chasing the right goals, dreams, and ambitions? I'm not noticing everything that's going on around me. I'm not engaging in day-to-day life because I'm chasing goals and dreams. There is new ways of doing it. Let me reinvent. Let me try something different. So when you stop in the panic and stop in the fear, look at your environment, look at what's around you and say, what can I do differently? I still want to achieve that. I'm still working towards that, but what can I do differently? How can I change my direction, my movement, in order to still achieve my goals, but to also value, appreciate, and participate in the current environment around me? Now, interestingly, Two of Swords. So here we have two people who are fencing, and you can see that they are completely protected in the outfits, including the mask that they wear on their eyes. So fencing, I would imagine, I have personally never fenced, okay, so I do not speak from experience, but I would imagine that wearing this wire mesh mask must obscure your vision. It must obscure what you can see in front of you. So they are trying to protect themselves while they're trying to attack, while they're trying to see what their component is getting up to. So the Two of Swords is the card of saying that your vision is obscured, that you can't truly completely see what is right there in front of you. So understanding that, okay, understanding that we are so busy, we're not seeing what is happening around us. We are not taking the time to notice what's around us. We've got big goals, big dreams, and big ambitions that we're striving towards, and we're not stopping until we get there. We need to make sure that we're giving ourselves the opportunity to try new things, to do things in a different way, but understand that our vision is obscured. And if we don't stop, if we don't slow down, if we don't get off this frantic business, we're not going to be able to see what's going on around us. So we need to stop. We need to remove the wire mesh masks. We need to look at the beautiful environment that they're working in, that they're practicing in, or that they're competing in. It is a beautiful environment, but they need to engage in that, participate, and not just focus on the one obstacle, challenge, or situation directly in front of them. We need to be more holistic in everything that we're doing. And again, this card I think is just so wonderful. So here we have the dawning of a new day. The sun is coming up. We have rolling fields, all of that. There is a little town. You can see the tiny little houses down there. And here our little guy walks with his donkey. He has been out. He has I want to say a bucket full of bananas, and he is embarking on a journey. The day has just started. He is walking to sell his bananas. He is looking to generate income for himself. He is walking a road he probably hasn't walked before because it's a cliff. Can you see that? The road has stopped. So he's about to step off a cliff. And if you look at him, he's not stopping. We cannot see if it's just a little drop down, but he's fearless, completely and utterly fearless. And he's saying, I have no fear. I trust, I believe that I'm going to end up wherever I need to be to sell my bananas to whoever needs to buy them. He is trusting in the process. Whereas here, we're like so focused on end goal that we're not appreciating the world around us. He's appreciating, he's trusting. He's trusting that everything's going to work out exactly. But he also understands that his vision is obscured, and that he has to try something different. He has to do something slightly differently. So air signs, just to finish off, when you notice that you have started racing through your day, stop for a minute and pay attention to your present moment. What is going on around you? What are your thoughts and feelings? This awareness will improve your mental health and your sense of well-being. And it's very clear with the tarot that we've drawn that this is a very relevant and appropriate message for you for the week ahead. So take time to notice what's around you. Don't only focus on those end goals. All right. As always, air signs, I hope you have an amazing week with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care.